Hey guys, this is Bennett with the Worship Resource, and today I'm going to be talking about my pedal board and the rig that I use every week at church and on Sundays and things like that. So first we'll talk about my guitar. I'm playing a TMG Ronnie Scott. This is a custom guitar that I bought off of Sam, who's also here at the Worship Resource. Before this, I used to play a Fender Mexican Telecaster, which, I mean, it was good. It did what it needed to do, but I just wanted something that felt a little more real and not as factory made, I guess. So I bought this off Sam, and I've been loving it ever since. And for the amp, I'm playing a Goodsell Super 17 Mark III. Sam also recommended this amp to me. I found it on Reverb for a good deal, and I went for it, and it has been phenomenal. It has a bunch of headroom. It's super clean, but can also get really dirty if you need it to. Phenomenal amp. It's a 17 watt, and it's a super loud 17 watt. So now let's jump on into my pedal board. As you can see right here, this is it. Before this, I used to have a pedal train board. I don't remember the size, but I just really didn't like the angle of it, and I wanted to switch to a flat board. So this is what I switched to, and I actually built this from just stuff at Home Depot. And then I also built a little Strymon bridge here. I kind of copied that from Rhett Scholl and his pedal board. For my signal chain, first off, I go into my tuner. I'm just using a Boss TU3 tuner, and I mean, it does what it needs to do. I think the only reason I have it is because I took it from my old church, and I just forgot to give it back, so it's on my board. And then out of that, I go straight into my compressor, which is a Keeley compressor. I use it as a few things. One, as a compressor, obviously. I do have the compression down really low. I don't want a lot of compression, just a little bit to kind of round out my sound. And then I have the sustain up a little bit and the volume up a little bit and the tone right about at noon. I use that just to give it a little bit more boost, a little bit more grit going into my signal chain. So I'll play now my clean tone. Now here's with the compressor on. As you can hear, not a whole lot. It's just adding a little bit of volume, a little bit more sustain to my signal. Then out of that, I go into the Dunlop volume pedal. I don't know the model number for it, but I think it's just their standard volume pedal. I've had it since I've had the board, and it's been super reliable. Hasn't really given out on me too much. It has become loose, but they have a screw in the back where you can tighten it and make the tension more or less depending on what you like. And then out of that, I go into my overdrives. I only have two overdrives right now, and my first one is the JHS Morning Glory. I'm using that as my first stage, kind of a light to medium gain. So I'll let you guys hear that. This is without the drive. Now with on. As you can hear, just adding a little bit of grit to my signal, making it a little bit louder. And then out of that, I go into my second stage, which is the Paul Cochran Timmy. This pedal is phenomenal. It's a transparent overdrive, which means it doesn't add a lot of color, and so it really just makes my signal louder and dirtier. So I'm running this as my second stage. I'll let you guys hear that. Here's without. And here is with it engaged. So as you can hear, just a little bit dirtier, a little bit louder, and then if I need to get just really sloppy, I can engage both of them, and here's what that sounds like. And that is it for my overdrive section. Like I said, I'm only using 2 OverDrives right now, and it really suits my needs for the things that I do at church. Then after that, I go into my delay. It is a Diamond Memory Lane Junior. Really cool delay pedal. I mostly just run it as a dotted eighth, and I'll let you hear what that sounds like. So yeah, it does everything that I need it to do. Sometimes I'll switch it over to a quarter note, and you just do that by flicking the switch right there in the middle. I thought about getting a timeline, but right now this really just suits my needs and everything that I need it to do. And out of that, I go into my last 2 pedals, which are my reverbs. I mean, up first, everybody knows it. It's the Strymon Big Sky. It's a phenomenal reverb pedal. I think it can have up to like 300 presets in it or something crazy like that. I really only use 3, and I mean, they're always changing. I love playing with different reverbs and different sounds. So I'll walk you through just a few of them. This is my first one. It is just a plate reverb, and this is what it sounds like. As you can tell, that sounds very nice. Then my next one, I think it's the swell setting, and this is what that sounds like. Then my last one on this page is just a cloud setting, and I mainly use this one just for swells. But speaking of swells, as you can see, I have a Boss RV6. And I have that just set on the modulation setting, and I'll fire that on when I just want to do, when I want to add more wet effects and just make it super washed out, and so that's what this sounds like. Like I said, if I'm doing swells, I'll typically have both of those on just because I love the sound and the textures that I can get out of both of those 2 pedals. And I mean, that's pretty much it. It's a really simple board. I don't have that many pedals. I mean, eventually I want to add a few more things, maybe an overdrive or an EQ or something like that. But that's really my board. If y'all have any questions about it, please leave it in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, we'd love for y'all to subscribe and drop a like on this video. We appreciate all the support that you guys have been giving us. We will see you guys next time.